Hello and welcome to another weekly update and feeding of the 1001 Red Wiggler cocoon bin. These guys are actually right on schedule. So, we fed a whole mango here. And if you recall, I said that I will check that feeding and the last week's feeding to see if the food is gone before I give them another feeding. This way we will not overfeed the bin. But before we do that, I want to turn the material over, get an idea of the conditions at the bottom. Plus, I want to see how much of the bedding they're working over, because I will be needing to add some more bedding just to keep the bin healthy. Everything at the bottom feels good. No liquid of any kind. And the material is flaking apart. So this is where we fed 2 weeks ago. Now let's see if they ate through everything. So there's still, wow. So this is still that rotten apple. 2 weeks worth, right? It makes for wonderful worm balls, but wow. Okay, so they're still working on it. How neat is that? Didn't realize it would take them that long, but they are getting so big. So we'll bury this back up and let them continue as you were, so to speak. And then in the other corner, we have our whole mango. So let's see how far along they've progressed with that feeding. Their little attention is divided between the corners. So you have some of the worms working on the apple, and then you have the rest of the worms working on the mango. Oh yeah. So there's plenty of food right now for them. These guys are definitely not going to starve. And I know a lot of them are underneath there where the juices are. That bedding. Very good. Okay, so I did have some food prepared for them, but I am not going to give them any today because they have more than enough food to last them at least for another week. But as I was saying in another video, I didn't realize that apples were one of those foods that took so long to decompose. I thought, being a fruit, it would be fairly quickly, but I was mistaken. So this is actually going to be a very short video. The bin looks good. The guys are working here and they're working there. And next week we'll come back and we'll check again. We'll check both pockets and see if the food has been eaten. But it looks like it might even take 2 weeks for these guys to get through these 2 feedings. So I'm in no hurry, but so far everything looks good. And and we will see you next week. Thanks for joining me.